First up, Jamie, Tavatavanawa back to the wing. What's the motivation there?
Nothing really to do with Jim. I think I could play him in the scrum if we had to, and he did it against the Blues. More around getting Thomas back into the game, different skill set. Obviously, pretty experienced rugby player. Just needed a couple of weeks to get some game time. He got that through the Bravehearts, starting to come good. So, and he's a very experienced rugby player. So we just want to get him into the game.
Timothy can sort of, no matter where he plays, you can kind of find ways to get him to do the things that he's good at.
That's right.
I suspect we'll see him come off his wing a lot.
Yeah. So we will look at different ways of getting him more involved in the game. He's better with the ball. He's no good sitting out having a cup of soup on the wing. So, we've got some pretty experienced coaches around how to try and use him as much as possible.
Fabian to the bench, I'm assuming that's a workload issue.
Fabian missed training, and so it's on the bench, and we just keep on going.
TK coming in at lock, very good start last week, but it maybe puts the line out under a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, I think so, but I mean that's what happens. The team I feel is good enough to absorb the pressure of one player. If not, then we're not in the competition, so it just gives another player an opportunity, gives us a look at that. TK can play lock at this level. I think he can. He's very good in the line out. He's a big worker. I think we'll be fine.
Daniel Leonard-Brown, was he back available this weekend?
Yeah, Daniel's he's available. No, quite happy with Josh around his couple of performances for us. Made a massive impact when he's come onto the field. So, just it's competitive. There's competitiveness throughout the team, So I feel the coach doesn't have to tell players it's a competitive situation. I guess it just means that everyone has to play well.
What did you see from the Reds last week? They looked like a pretty big side this year.
Yeah, they played slightly different against the Waratahs than they had perhaps against the Crusaders. Against the Crusaders, they ran the ball a lot. Against the Waratahs, they were more structured. The clinical kicking game put the Waratahs under pressure. They mauled, which they hadn't showed in the previous game. So, not sure what we're going to get. I think we're prepared for both.
Les Kiss has obviously been talked around the Wallabies job, but that's probably really just a product of how experienced he is. He's been around the game a long time.
Yeah. So every team he's coached they've been, they're really good and competitive, and this is no different. The Reds last year gave us a real hiding, and it was quite an embarrassing performance, and that's in the back of the boys' minds. So that's something that we need to get right.
Do you talk about that Reds performance last year, or you just kind of move on for it?
Well, I wasn't. The guys, some of the coaches have brought that up. It's a sore point because it's not consistent certainly with the way that we're playing at the moment and the endeavour that we're playing with. We've got a new bunch of guys, and that's fair. But there are a few that played last year, and they've been reminded.
And one last one, Finn Hurley back at 15. He does give you something different.
Yeah, it's a different skill set. So the Reds kick a bit. If they kick loosely, then we've got a player that there can sort of exploit loose kicking. Still young though, and that kind of balance around having control really, and then having a crack is the key to Flynn. He's getting better every game. He just got injured at the wrong time. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thanks.